You know, one thing that often bothers me about Class C motorhomes is they oftentimes look pretty lame. And I'm really glad to see some options out here in the marketplace that don't look so lame, that I would be much more excited to travel in, like this Forest River East to West Entrada here. This is a 24M. Let's go take a look. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Miles with Firmly Unbound, and we are here at Motorhome Specialist today in Alvarado, Texas, which is essentially a motorhome heaven. This dealership here, I would need a drone, which I do not have, to show you how big this lot is. It is one of the biggest RV dealerships in the country, and it specializes in motorhomes. So if you are looking at motorhomes, this is a place that you can come to that is quite literally a better experience than even going to like an RV show, because you will see more here at this store than you will at basically almost any other RV show in the country if you're strictly looking for motorhomes. And they do have some towable RVs here as well, most of them being used, but it is a specializing in motorhome store that is really trying to give you a much better shopping and ownership experience with owning a motorhome. Now this is the 2025 Forest River East to West Entrada 24FM. You'll be able to see the floor plan layout and the specs on the screen. And then if you are looking for your next RV, there is a link down below in the comments and description to help you find a dealership close to you. This Motorhome Specialist store is a part of the Blue Compass RV family, and Blue Compass RV has over 100 stores in 33 different states. So we're all over the place and ready to help you out when you are ready. And then this Motorhome Specialist store specifically is located in Alvarado, Texas, outside of Fort Worth, if you are wanting to come have a really cool motorhome shopping experience here, where they have literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of motorhomes here on the ground, almost all of them plugged in for you to look at with the lights on and stuff like that. Great overall experience. So that being said, this East to West Entrada, first of all, the most noticeable thing is you have this windshield up front. I think that just gives it a much cleaner look than some of the other, brands that are out that aren't going to have that. Not only does that just look cooler in my opinion, but also gives it a much more enjoyable experience for whoever is hanging out up in that space there in the bed, giving them a nice, cool, view of the environment around them, and also just letting in natural light. You can see here you have 3 different color options from this Entrada line. These are always going to come in full body paint. So you have this darker gray here, this lighter gray here, and then this green and gold kind of color. All are cool in their own right, for sure. You can let me know which one you like the best. But this one here was the one that stood out to me. I really do like this kind of almost sage or forest green kind of color here. And then before we go inside, the price on this thing is $111,999, and keep in mind that is on the Mercedes chassis with the diesel engine here. So this is going to be a diesel engine on this Mercedes chassis, and then comes with all the safety features you would expect from Mercedes. Azdel sidewalls on here. It's an 1.5 inch thick Azdel sidewall. And then they went to slam latch baggage doors on all their doors on the outside here. So like that just makes life a whole lot easier than having to deal with metal clips. You can see they're using like a rotocast style sort of structure here behind this area. And that's going to be one of your storage bays there. But all of your doors on the outside will all have these slam latch doors here. And then there'll be other stuff on the outside we'll take a look at in a second. But let's go inside first. And as we open up this door, so you have your screen door here on the inside. Power step that opens up once you open that door, but you can leave that automatically just in the out position if you would like. And right when we walk in, you have things like your battery disconnect switch. You have controls for your awning, for your the slide out controls there as well, and then for lights. And then on this side, we're going to have your 30 amp solar charge controller panel there. You have your auto leveling panel here, and you have a touchscreen control panel right here for everything within the motorhome. And that will also link to your phone, so you can control anything on that panel from your phone as well. And as we step inside here, again, you have the Mercedes cab up front, so I'll give you a quick rundown of that, but pretty self-explanatory, as pretty much all Mercedes chassis look the exact same. So you have all of your different safety functions here, including like a adaptive cruise control there. You have the powered seats here with memory on them, so you can control those with that control knob there, and you have different memory settings on them. And as you can see here, the seats do swivel around, so you get interior use of these seats. Up here you have some more storage space, grab handle for coming in and out of the motorhome, and then you have nice spots up here for cup holders and storage on both sides, plus this little area that flips open right there with USB ports that are USB type A connections there, plus one of those is going to your entertainment area right here for things like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Up here in this cab area, you have this little cushion right here that can fill this space, making this all one bed, and then you're going to have the windshield up front here, so you can see that blackout shade that will go over that window when you need your privacy and whatnot. Kind of small TV. It does only have a 27-inch screen TV here. It will swivel around so you can see it from other areas in the motorhome. But when I think about a motorhome like this, it is definitely something that is more in the size range of what most people, I think, would be using it to, you know, travel around to different parts of the country and experience different parts of the country versus like traveling around and really wanting that experience of like having home on the road. I think there's some better motorhome options out there if someone's really wanting a true like home on the road type of feel than something that's in the size range that what we're currently looking at is. So we turn back around this way, we can see on our windows we have the blackout shades from the top, and then you'll have a bug screen from the bottom. So any windows that open will have that bug screen from the bottom and the privacy shade from the top. You have your light controls right here in this loft area, and then as we turn around this way, they will have an option for powered recliners on this motorhome. Now this one we're looking at has this U-shaped dinette table, so it gives you a little bit more seating space if you're going to have additional guests, which I think most people will, because you have this additional bunk up here that can be used for sleeping, obviously. Now if you don't have any additional guests that are ever going to be coming with you, this is a great additional storage space right here. But if you do have additional guests, this gives you extra seating space right here for when those people are coming along. Or like I said, you can also get this with recliner seats as well. Nice big window on this side, nice looking cabinetry as well. It does have exposed hinges, which isn't like my favorite look ever, but it's not a big deal or anything like that. It doesn't really, you know, hinder the experience or anything. It's just a cosmetic thing. Storage down under here that's easily accessible, and then we can see on our drawers they are doing a plywood drawer construction with staples to hold those in place, and they are soft close drawers on that. Outlets and USB ports here, those are USB type A ports on that, or sorry, USB type A, yeah, sorry. Well, I got confused on my USB port types. Absolutely massive skylight right here. And this is one of the interesting things on this motorhome. One, this lets in a ton of natural light, but you also have this shade here that will block off that light, which is great. I do have a beef with these RV manufacturers that are using this material. Watch this. So I go to push this back. Oh my gosh, okay, we got it. Okay, good. So maybe there is some hope. When I went to set this motorhome up to film for you guys, I had to sit here for like 2 minutes trying to make sure that each one of these individual ruffles folded the right way, because it was very finicky. But it seems like now that I got them all kind of folding and breaking down properly, it's going in and out more easily. But that material there is just so finicky. It really seems like there's got to be a better option out there that is just not being seen. But luckily, as you can see here, it's working really no problem now. So that's great. So not as big of an issue as I thought. Bigger vent fan right here over the kitchen area. So you have that big max air vent fan spot to install a Wi-Fi router in here if you want to go with a WineGuard Wi-Fi router. See some storage space up here, sound controls for your motorhome. And then as we go along this way into the kitchen, take a look at some of your storage. They are going with a no oven option in here, or I guess I say option, but it's kind of, you know, mandatory. So because these motorhomes are always limited in the amount of storage space that you have, a lot of these brands and these smaller motorhome builds are going with these microwaves here that also double as an air fryer or a convection oven. So you get the use of an oven within that microwave space. North to south facing 2-burner gas stove, so kind of increasing the countertop space by going with just a 2-burner here as opposed to like a 3-burner that would take up basically this entire portion here. And while we're here, this is liquefied. This is a black tank treatment that you can find for your RV on Amazon. They have it in the powder form, liquid form, and tablet form. That will basically make sure that your black tank stays healthy, stays smelling fresh, and making sure everything breaks down and drains out properly. So you can find that on Amazon for your RV. Nice looking faucet here over your sink, and then it is a circular stainless steel sink inside of this motorhome. Drop down under here. Individual shutoff valves on the water lines. That's nice. Good to see that. See your storage space there. and then 2 drawers here that open out. Not super big on those drawers. Refrigerator and freezer, you got your freezer portion in the bottom with a little sliding tray here. Does not have an ice maker. And then you're going to have your refrigerator that opens from both sides. Love that. And it is a Furrion branded refrigerator. There is like a very sparkly aesthetic to that as well. It's a little subtle, but once you get up close and look at it, you can see it. Some storage space through here with some shelving that is all set in place, so not adjustable shelving. And then underneath here, you have some more storage. Going to the bed area, does have a folding bed, so when we push this slide in, it is going to go in like so with the bed folded over, and the bed will sit right about here with the slide closed. Now with this, there is one option. This has a propane generator on it, and there is an 80-pound propane bottle on this motorhome, which is the biggest in its class from what I understand. And if for some reason you did not want the generator, you also can option this or order it with a really expansive battery and solar package where all of the batteries, their lithium batteries, will go underneath this bed here. Now, because this one does not have that package, you can see underneath here there's all this storage space underneath the bed, which is nice to see because a lot of motorhomes either don't have storage underneath here, or even if there was space for storage, a lot of times it's not accessible. So it's nice to see that there is that accessible storage space there. Now this is a little annoying to put back into place with one hand. Oh gosh. Yeah, 2 hands would be nice. So I gotta go from side to side with my one hand and do the best I can to get this back down because, oh gosh. Well, this is quite annoying now. Try to fix this up with 2 hands, it's not a problem, but one hand made that rather difficult. There we go. And then you just fold this bed over, and then you have your bed right here in this area. So pretty self-explanatory. Most motorhomes with a floor plan like this will operate like that in some form or fashion. Outlet down underneath here, USB type A ports there as well. And then you have your windows along this wall with a little bit of storage back behind there. The mattress is a little more on the firm side. If you like a firm mattress, this might not be something that you need to put like a topper on top of or anything like that. But if you do like a more soft mattress, you probably will find yourself wanting to put a memory foam sort of topper on top of there. These motorhomes, unfortunately, are not the type where you really can replace the mattress because of it having that fold, and that fold being necessary for being able to move this slide in and out while you're going down the road. So being able to travel down the road, if you just had a mattress with no fold there, that mattress is going to just start jamming up against that wall, and it's not going to have any space to go anywhere. So makes it harder to upgrade the mattress, unfortunately. Back here, you have a spot for a TV there on the wall. You have another vent in this space, but it looks like no fan in that area. And then you do have a privacy shade here coming off of this area. So you can open this up and you can get a privacy curtain for your bedroom space when and if ever needed. So we go back into the bathroom. Like to see that they kept the solid surface countertops back through the bathroom area. Stainless steel sink as well, not plastic. Then a pretty good sized medicine cabinet there. This is interesting. Oh, that's a rug. Okay, I thought that was carpet. So that's just like a bath mat that's in here. Porcelain foot flush toilet. And then you have your shower back through here. Like that it has a stainless steel shower head on there. And then it has a flexible shower curtain right here. When I step up into this shower, I'm probably standing at about 6'2", maybe 6'3" with my shoes on today. And you're probably good for about 6'6" in here at least for the shower height. Plus the shower head sits pretty reasonably high there. I would barely have to duck to get underneath that. So that's very nice as well. So good size on the shower. Turn back around. You have your vent fan up in here. It is a smaller vent fan here in the bathroom. And then that is pretty much it. No heat vents in the floor. Another nice thing about this motorhome is there's no step up anywhere in this motorhome. So it's all one flat floor all the way across. And then there's a heat pump in your air conditioner. So not only do you have this 15,000 BTU AC, there is also a heat pump in here. Keep in mind this AC is not ducted, so air is just going to flow out of both sides of the air conditioner when you have that on. And it has that heat pump in there. Nice LED lighting up underneath the cabinetry, and then that is pretty much it. Don't forget you have a curtain here for your bed up top. And that's pretty much it on the inside. So let's go ahead and let's pop outside and see the rest of what's going on outside of this motorhome on this 24 FM. So we looked at that storage area, tankless on-demand water heater. And as we go around this way, you have your bumper along the back. You can store things in the bumper, so this cap can come off and you can store something like a sewer hose back in there. Has a backup camera already installed, ladder to get up onto the roof already installed. Has this power glide slide mechanism here, similar to a Schwintek slide mechanism, but when you see these smaller gears like that, this one has a little bit more give and forgiveness from what I understand. So it's able to withstand a little bit more flexibility there and not get out of line. So pretty good slide mechanism there that we see on a lot of different motorhomes. Going up onto the roof, let's see what's going on up here. Okay, pretty simple. You just have your AC up here. It looks like a 200-watt solar panel up there as well. Keep in mind on any RV, whether it's a motorhome, travel trailer, fifth wheel, whatever it may be, getting up here on your roof and checking your seams to make sure there's no holes, cracks, or anything like that is always going to be very important. A lot of people talk about how RVs have the potential to leak. That is very true. The only way the water can leak is if there's a hole somewhere for water to get into, and as a responsible RV owner, if you care about your investment the way that I care about my investment when I bought my RV and go out and use it, you should be up here checking that pretty dang often, pretty much as often as you can, or having somebody check that for you so that you can make sure that there's no cracks or holes or anything developing in any of those seams that need to be patched up. Coming down underneath here, this is your 4,000 watt generator. Again, it is a propane generator on here, and this is coming with a 80-pound propane bottle. Oh, open this up right there. There we go. Got your storage space. That is underneath the bed, so that's also accessible from under the bed. Your tires here, these are Continental tires, and it looks like these are a 215/85 R16 tire. The only annoying thing about these opening up these latches here is it takes two hands for me to do it, and I gotta hold the camera too. Open storage space here. It looks like these have openings in case you get water or anything there, so water can drain out. Then just slam those shut, and then you have your spot for your propane right there for that propane bottle. A little bit of storage here that's behind the pantry. And again, slam latch on those, and storage here that's underneath your booth dinette area. Coming along to the driver's area, you have a pretty good sized step there getting in and out of your driver's portion. See here, this is where you will fill up your diesel fuel on this motorhome. And the cargo capacity on this is 930 pounds on this motorhome. Everything looks pretty dang good up here through the front. Nice having those windows up there on the side of the cab over the driver's area as well. Little step right here also, if you're like trying to work in the engine space or anything like that, you have a step to get up into that area. And then that is pretty much it. Price on this is right at around $111,999, and that goes for all these different colors that they have here at Motorhome Specialist. So curious what you think. Let me know down below in the comments. And again, if you're looking for your next RV, there's a link down below in the comments and description to help you find your next RV with Blue Compass RV. I'm specifically here at Motorhome Specialist today, which is where you can find the one that we're looking at. And that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, live firmly unbound.